Welcome to our False Church review of Eagle Mountain International Church and Kenneth Copeland. Church criticism, a word of faith powerhouse accused of teaching false doctrine. Key issues: teaches that Jesus had to be born again in hell and that speaking things into existence is a biblical principle. An in-depth review of Eagle Mountain International Church EMIC and the ministry of Kenneth. Copeland reveals a complex and often controversial legacy within the Charismatic and Word of Faith movements. Based in Newark, Texas, EMIC serves as the home church for Kenneth Copeland Ministries (KCM), a massive global organization. Foundational beliefs: the Word of Faith movement, the prosperity gospel. Kenneth Copeland is perhaps the most prominent living proponent of the prosperity gospel or Word of Faith doctrine. This teaches that it is God's will for believers to be wealthy, healthy, and successful, and that these blessings can be claimed through positive confession and financial seed sowing. See their website at Eagle Mountain International Church about the power of words. Central to EMIC's teaching is the belief that words are containers for power. Believers are encouraged to speak faith-filled words to manifest their desires, a practice critics often compare to positive thinking or magical thinking, little God's doctrine. A controversial aspect of Copeland's teaching is the idea that believers are little gods or in the same class as God, which he bases on a specific interpretation of Genesis 1-26. This is widely considered heretical by mainstream Orthodox Christian denominations. Find more details on their website, Kenneth Copeland Ministries. Beliefs, organizational reach, and media. The Victory Channel, EMIC, and KCM operate their own 24/7 television network, the Victory Channel, which broadcasts EMIC services and other Word of Faith ministries worldwide. Go to Go Victory. The Victory Channel Southwest Believers Convention, an annual massive gathering that serves as a focal point for the Word of Faith movement, featuring a who's who of similar ministers. Global infrastructure. The ministry owns a private airport, Kenneth Copeland Airport, and multiple private jets, which Copeland has famously defended as necessary to avoid being in a long tube with a bunch of demons, referring to commercial airline passengers. The Washington Post chastised Copeland in an article. Washington Post. Kenneth Copeland private jet theological and social criticisms. 1. The born again in hell doctrine. One of the most intense theological criticisms of Copeland involves his teaching that Jesus had to go to hell, suffer, and be born again in the pit of hell to complete the work of atonement. Mainstream Christianity holds that the work was finished on the cross. 2. Financial transparency and wealth seed sowing. The ministry heavily emphasizes seed sowing, where congregants are encouraged to give money to the ministry with the expectation of a supernatural financial return. Senate investigation. KCM was one of several ministries investigated by U.S. Senator Chuck Grassley in 2007 regarding its tax-exempt status and the personal use of ministry funds. The investigation ended without findings of wrongdoing but raised significant public questions about financial transparency. Find more details at HWNPR or Gore Templates or Story PA Story at equals 1626022753. Controversy during the COVID-19 pandemic. Copeland drew widespread international criticism in 2020 when he claimed to blow the wind of God on the coronavirus to destroy it, and told his followers that they would be healed by touching their television screens while he prayed. This story came to light in BBC News. Kenneth Copeland coronavirus. Copeland and Eagle Mountain International Church and its thousands of followers worldwide have often come under scrutiny and definitely qualify for our false church status. We hope that you have enjoyed this review. If so, consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing today so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.